Happy Wednesday, friends. We are so excited that you are here joining us for another evening of training and team connection. Look for people on your team. If they're not on this call, message them right now and tell them to get their booties on here.
Let's see who's on.
Please hold until everybody does it.
Not an easy bake oven is here. Gwen is here.
Yep. I about just removed Tiffany.
And the treachery continues.
Okay, perfect. Now that we have messaged everybody, you can continue to do that, but we're so glad you're here. It's going to be a really good call. We had asked for some things that you personally wanted to hear about, and if there's something that you want to that you have questions on, or you're looking for answers of specific things, you can drop it in the chat. And if we have time today, we'll go over it. If not, we'll try to catch up with it next week or post something. So you guys can always message us if there's a topic that you're looking for or you have questions specifically, especially if it's on Wednesday. A lot of time we do have some built-in room to be able to work with you guys and be able to answer those questions you have. So we have a really good call planned for you tonight. And then Renee's going to kick us off with a news tab.
News tab. There is some Spark sessions you can register for in April.
Can you elaborate what a Spark session is and how important they are and how good they are?
Maybe you should.
Oh, they're amazing. Okay. So it's a really great opportunity to collaborate and learn from fellow consultants on a specific topic. So like you have two options with a Spark session. You could be attending a Spark session because you are an expert yourself in that area and you feel like helping others on the topic. And then there's the other where you're not an expert in something and you want to go and learn from other experts. Even if there's not an expert in the group, I think this is still really fun because you can bounce ideas off one another. And I really like that. Some of it is pretty guided. So don't feel like you're just hopping on and talking to a room full of strangers. Like there's a warm-up period, okay? They get you all ready before they send you off into the talking. But it's very fun. I've been to 3 now.
So
Hey, Renee
everybody
needs
that's on
to
this
find a
call,
one.
I would like to challenge you to register for a
Yeah.
Spark session, if not in April, but in May, and hold yourself accountable to it by actually, we're going to make a post about Spark sessions in the group after this and put the link. And then once you book your date, I want you to drop your date in the comments of which one you booked. So then we can join the same ones if we want to and be on there together, which is a fun collab.
Yes. And I need to because I haven't done any, but
I'm glad you called yourself out because I was going to call you out too because you passed that buck on the Spark session. And I was going to say, and why? Because we clearly haven't attended one.
no,
And I did one last month together. So I've done one each month since they came out.
no, very transparent. I have not done one. I've even slacked on the Tuesday Zooms. I've just had a lot on my plate, but no excuse. I need to buckle up and get things done. Okay. The product detail sheet is no longer on our workstation. It is available right on the PWS, so the customers can see it as well. So,
Love that.
right? And
Did anyone else have to like think about that for a long time, figuring out what that was? Because I was like, I have no clue. I went into the workstation and looked at old things just to find one so I can know what I've never used it. Never.
No, never. That's why I'm excited. It's going to be right there. And so basically what information that's going to have is weight, size of like a warmer,
Bulb.
bulb, what bulb it takes. So specific things about the product is what it is she's talking about. So that's going to be found directly on the PWS and you will not have to look that up the long way now on Workstation. So exciting changes.
And then our fall winter catalog, warmer, charitable cause warmer, the woven, which went towards hunger and food insecurity, raised almost $40,000. So that was great. And that was all in the news tab.
That is a really good thing to share in your VIP groups with your customers to allow them to know where that money's going, how much is going. That's a great post to share in your customer groups if you're looking
Yeah.
for ideas to share.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, perfect. All right, so um, which one of you want to kick it off?
Not me.
I can kick it off.
All right, Owen's gonna kick us off with the
Because
first
I'm
question.
sure Matt is working on our Wi-Fi, so I'm probably gonna get kicked off here soon. So
Matthew, just not Wednesday nights. Don't.
Wednesday night, 8 p.m. That's when we work on our Wi-Fi apparently. So if I die, you know why. But he did give me a warning this time and said he's going to be working on it. He doesn't think it's going to go down, but it could go down. So just
Famous
a heads
last
up.
words from those IT guys. It always goes down when they say they don't think it will.
Right, right. So tonight we took the ideas, like Tab said, from you all of what you wanted to hear, and I think these are basic things, but they're all good reminders for us because sometimes we skip over the basic things and do the more complex things, which are more fun. But really, the thing that drives our business are like the small details that we all put into our business when we first started. And then as we've learned more and more, we're like, oh, we could skip that and do this instead because it's more fun. And I think it's just important to kind of get back to those. So I'm glad we're talking about them and discussing them a little bit. So I took the category of your customers and keeping your customers engaged, basically, like how you can keep them coming back to you to order some more. And so I'm going to harp on the happy mail because I think that's all where we have seen success. Most people who have done happy mail consistently in their business um, definitely see their numbers increase. It just works. We're getting the scent under their nose. They smell it and they're like, oh, I have to have this bar. And even if they're not communicating with you at that specific time, then they're at least thinking about it for the next time that they order. So maybe you're not going to get an order right away, but I think eventually those people always have a way of coming back, like when they do run out of stock. The second thing I would say is how I feel like I keep most of my customers is my VIP group. I know there's a lot of people who are using just their regular social media, but I think VIP group is just very exclusive. It makes them feel supported. My VIP group, I don't know what is happening this month, but it's just booming. I don't know if it was because I put the questions in for the whole month and I haven't skipped any, but Facebook is just enjoying I have like 5 to 6 comments every day in that, um, what is that called? Interactive
Interaction.
post. Yeah. Yeah. So it's definitely working. I try to use, I would like to get better. I want to be transparent with you all, but I try to use my VIP group not only as Cincy, but more of like a personal space. Like I love taking a picture with my coffee and saying like good morning. Like even if there's nothing else in the message, just tell those people like good morning. Like it gives them a chance to say good morning back to you. And then hopefully that just builds more rapport. They get to know you, they get to like you. So make sure you're doing all the things in your VIP group. I would still be going live, still be doing sneak peeks, do a few giveaways, do some of those exclusive bundles just for those VIPs. All of those things are helpful in the end. The third thing, which kind of ties to what I just said, but you can offer reorder reminders. So what I like to do is I write in my calendar, my digital calendar, I'll write their name on the day that they ordered, and then 1 month write like a reminder, or if they order, depending on how many bars, like if they order 3 bars, then I'll probably do like 3 weeks. Or if they order 6 bars, then I'll probably do like a month, month and a half, and I'll write their name again on my calendar. So that way I remember to follow up with them. So they're just creating like certain ways for you to remember to follow up with those people. So that way they're getting those connections, especially if you're following up like at the same time. I like to try to play a game where I follow up at the exact same time I think they're going to run out of wax, which is never true. But I like to tell myself this person is probably running out of wax at this time, so I should follow up with them. Because we always want to follow up with them. We never want them to have to track us down. Like that's not their job. If they can do that, they can go to Scentsy.com and they're finding another consultant that will follow up with them. So follow up, very important. I set reminders in my phone. Use Scentsy Connect. It really is a great app. The more and more I use it, the more I'm starting to fall in love with it as well. But if you don't have like a follow-up system or anything like that, use Scentsy Connect. The last one is what I have, what I think is really helping it right now too for me is I stole this from Tab, so I don't want to take the credit for this, but in Tab's 28 parties ago, I don't know when she started this, but a long time ago, she started doing thank you posts in her, am I messing up?
No.
Oh, I'm hearing like feedback of myself. I hear myself twice. Um, Tab started doing thank you posts. So if somebody would buy something from a party, then she would say thank you and be like, here's what this person got. I'm trying to spotlight that more and carry it into my VIP group because I think it helps other people see what, not just what you're recommending, but what your other customers are buying. So I think that's very beneficial. Some people don't like it, so I still reach out. Like the first time that they order, I'll reach out and say, hey, do you mind if I post this in my VIP group? I don't have to put your name, but none of them have said don't put my name. Like they're fine with me sharing it. So that's always a good idea. And then there was one other thing that I wanted to add, but I forgot what it was. Group, thank you.
Yeah, I even did that with the sale. Put the thank you post in my VIP group.
Tab, why is your face on here twice? Oh, there it goes. You're muted.
My Mac crashed, and so I had to join from my phone.
I have one more, but let me think on it. Can we come back to me after we go to someone else?
For sure. So we're just gonna move this to my phone now. It was real weird. I thought it was your Wi-Fi messing up. And then it started remixing. So it says I stole this from tab, 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 tab. And then I don't even know what you stole from me. It
I
hung
was
up.
I was actually beatboxing for you.
That's what I wish you could hear it because it was so funny. You're like, I stole it from tap, 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 tap. I was like, oh, okay. But then I didn't even get to hear what it was
It
because
was
it was
the thank you
disconnected.
post that you do in your parties where you thank the person and say what
Oh,
products they purchased. I've taken that to my VIP group to be
cool.
able to like spotlight certain products that my customers are. Oh, I know the other thing. I just thought of it.
See,
Thank you.
we had to work through it.
To spotlight those items so that way people know what others are buying. The other thing I do want to mention too is uh I'm trying to think how I want to mention this. I feel like a big thing right now is people are trusting people who are cross promoting products, who are doing different types of products. And that's kind of like the world we live in. Like if you are a certain generation, like a Gen X generation, you can ask them, this is like a proven fact, but they like to buy different items to try them. Even if they love one product, and you may even know this about yourself, but even if you love one product, sometimes you still like go out and just see what the other things are. So if you have, like, hopefully you don't, but if you do, if you have like a candle in your house or something like that, you can also share like those items. Like if you love, like if there's certain people who love a certain candle or like, I would be honest is what I'm trying to say. Like if you have a candle in your house and you're like, I love this scent, be authentically you. Bring that to your VIP group. Like don't be scared to say you have a candle in your house. Say you have a candle, show the candle and be like, I love this scent, but the notes that I love in the scent are also in the Scentsy bar. And so I like to pair them together. Like, don't be scared to share those things because that's relatable nowadays. People are okay with trying different products and they trust you more because they're like, oh, Brienne's not just a Scentsy consultant. Like, she knows good scents. Like, I like that candle. I've tried that candle. So now I want to try the wax bar with it. Like, be bold and be you. Don't be scared to hide that.
I love it. Okay, Renee, you ready?
Sure. Talking about using samples to help get customers. I'm sitting here actually, my plan while we were doing this was I have some Easter samples still that I made up for my event and I'm getting them out. Like tomorrow we're going out of the house and I'm taking them with me and I'm going to give them at the doctor's office, or if we stop at the store, I'm going to pass these samples out. Of course, I always send samples in my Happy Mail, which has this month, I had like, I think 4 people do the Easter collection from the Happy Mail. So always, always, always in your
Happy Mail works.
Yes. And then I don't know how they worded this, but to do local things. I don't know if they're talking events. I can't remember now who it was that did that. Was it Holly that asked about the local and where to advertise? Find local businesses. Oh, little stores in town. Ask them if you can set up a warmer. Um, obviously donate the wax to them. Ask them if you can put a sign there, fragrance by whoever, and with the QR code, leave some samples there to give out. Look for local events, Facebook, and they're not always easy to find. It's easy to say they are, but they're not always easy to find. And try to get into your local events and get your name out there. That's helped me a lot. So I don't really have any other words of wisdom. Just pass them out everywhere. Get into those local businesses. Get out there, do events. Even if I have a car show in September that where you can be a vendor and pay for it, but where we set up with my husband's work, we cannot sell anything, but we can give away items. I always do a drawing. I have a warmer that I've used host rewards on, so I've got no money out, and I sit there and I hand out flyers, samples, and do a giveaway. And that's where I actually got Gwen, which is my teamie now. So just even if it's something like that where you're not selling product, but you get your name out there, look for those kind of things. So that is my advice.
Okay, I like it.
Like it.
Okay, so I have, unless you're ready, Tiffany.
No,
Okay.
she doesn't.
All right. So I had how to keep motivation after big months. So I will tell you that the first thing you're noticing is that you are having an issue after you have big months. That's the first clue, is recognizing it. It's kind of like you have to know that you have a problem. Then you have to identify, why am I having this problem? What leads to this? Am I struggling from burnout? Am I struggling because I was so successful and I'm proud of myself and now I'm just going to coast? What I find helps is months that I know, okay, like January. January is a big push for me typically because I'm finishing up an incentive. I like that's just January is always a month that I work harder, push harder, have the bigger sales. So February, I will set myself up to, okay, I'm going to do a game night in my VIP page the first week of the month. I'm going to offer this bundle that month. I'm going to make sure I've scheduled out VIP post every single day for the month. So when I'm burnout, like you almost always know when you're going to have those big months, right? So you have to prep for the month after. How can I make the month after not be that month that I struggle? What can I pre-plan ahead of time to go into February or whatever month it may be that's going to help you not feel like you're coasting? It's going to be like those core foundations of your business, but it's not going to require as much strength because it is a lot. It is hard when you push and you push and you push, and a lot of people will come out of incentives and they've just given it everything they have and now their gas tank's empty, and you're right. It is very, very common. I think you also have to revisit, why do you do this business? What is it that motivates you? So you're proud of yourself, but you have to keep celebrating those little wins along the way. So maybe February isn't as big as January, but maybe you get one new teammate. So your sales might not been 2,000, but what's that micro goal in February that you're still going to be proud of yourself because you still showed up in your business every single day? Maybe it's literally working your business 5 minutes a day. literally for the whole month, and being like, I know I'm going to burn out. I know I'm not going to be able to give as much effort as I do in every other business. So here's what I'm going to expect out of myself. It's okay if you need to lower the bar for yourself, one, not to recoup. You just can't step totally away. You can't let yourself get so far away from your business that then when March comes, now it's really hard to pick up your kit because now you've just gotten into that coasting mode and it's just easier to not do anything. But then you're beating yourself up because all this work I've done now, because we always say it takes 3 months to see the results of the efforts that you're putting in. So by having a slower month where you're not advertising on your VIP page, you're not following up with your customers, you're doing the bare minimum, I guarantee your business is going to feel that in another 3 months. And then you're going to be hitting yourself in the head in 3 months because you're like, gosh darn it, I didn't show up. I didn't do this. So I think breaking it down and having those micro goals and going over. So if you've ever done a coaching call with me, I preach the coach model, which I'm going to look to, because it's been a minute since I've done a coaching call, so I don't have them on my head like I normally do. So your current situation, what's your actual PRV, your team status, and current activity. But you have to be honest with yourself. That's the biggest key in that. When you're writing down your current situations, your current PRV, don't pad it to make yourself better on paper. You're only going to cheat yourself. Your objective, what do you want next? Is it growth, consistency, or to get your spark back, or are you just looking to have fun? What are you looking to obtain from the month after your big month? Alternatives. What could I do differently? Am I going to try a new party? Am I going to reach out to new customers? Maybe this is the month I change my follow-up system. So I don't need quite as much brain activity because I'm not doing like these big pushes, but I'm still reaching out to my customers. One-on-one connection is what makes the heart of your business the most successful. And then choices. So you have current, objective, alternative, and choices for coach. Pick 2 to 3 actionable steps, things that you can control, things you can commit to. What is it that you can do that's going to help you get to your SMART goals? Everybody knows what SMART goals are, right? Does anybody know what SMART goals are?
Yeah.
Okay, what are they?
Specific, measurable, attainable, reliable. No, ours not reliable. Specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, resilient, something, time,
It's relevant.
relevant, and time.
So yeah, specific, measurable, achievable,
Oh,
relevant, and time bound. You're really close.
I was close. That was good try.
So, and the definition, clearly define what you want to accomplish. Like, I want to book 4 parties this month instead of I want to do more parties. Measurable. You should be able to track your progress and know when you've achieved it. You've enrolled 2 members. That's measurable. I'm growing my team. Is not. See the difference? I grew my team this month. I had 2 new team members. Making sure you have a measurable action makes a difference. And is it achievable? Having a 2,000 PRV month and then being like, in next month, I'm going to do 6,000. Is that achievable for where you are in your business? Did you already just kind of shoot yourself in the first foot because you just reached for the fences, which isn't a bad thing, but we have to be, is this achievable? So increase my PRV by 200. Now that's achievable. And then if you get to that 200 and it's already only the 5th of the month, guess what? You're going to keep increasing it by 200. So you just keep doing these micro little things that are going to keep you checked into your business. Not only celebrating those big wins, but remember to celebrate the little wins. That's the biggest thing that I can tell you, that when I do coaching calls, and especially with people who get in this rut, they forget to celebrate themselves for even the smallest wins. They think the big ones are what matters, and then they punish themselves because they're not hitting the big ones. They forget about all these in between. So relevant, the school should matter to your business and it should support the bigger vision. Follow up with all my Scentsy Club members is relevant if you want to build loyalty. Do the comparison. Scentsy Club people, they're going to continue to come back at least once every 3 months. That's loyalty for my business. They're only shopping from me. They're not finding the next Scentsy consultant that's available. Time bound. Set a clear deadline to create urgency. Book 4 parties by the end of the month. Period. Every single month, you should start your month with a SMART goal. And that SMART goal just may need to be lower the month after you have a big month because you need to give yourself grace. And then you can celebrate those small wins in that month that you start remembering what it feels like every time, that feeling you get in your stomach every time a PWS order comes in, or every time someone joins your team, how good that feels. On the bad days, remember what that feeling is like, because that is what you hold on to. I say I want a sales goal every month and it doesn't happen all the time. And that's okay. But you know you can hit it. You know you are capable of hitting it. And even though you may not hit it every single month, you still know you're capable of it and you're still going to do the actionable things to get you there. And if you fall short, so what? Did you have a $1,500 month instead of a $500 month? Like you have raised that bar for yourself by doing and setting it to where you want to get there. So you can't just be like, well, I suck because I didn't hit it every single month this year. But what if you hit it 5 months out of the 12 and the year before you only did it 1? You have to celebrate that you did it more this year than you did last year. So start tracking that thing. I look month to month, year to year. Every single month, I look what team numbers were the following or the past year. I look what my personal numbers are. And that is always, I'm going to compare apples to apples. I'm never going to compare what November sales are to what March sales are. That would be ludicrous to think that those are going to be neck and neck, or October to June or something like that. Like you have to make sure you're comparing where you are today compared to where you are last year. And then if it's different, okay, why was it different? Where were you at in your life? Because that can be a big factor. Where are you at with your team? Have you been adding new blood into it? Because if you're trying to grow a new team and you're not adding new people, when you have new people, they bring fire. And guess what? Fire is contagious. And you should want to surround yourself by people that are on fire for this business, because I promise you, it will just bring you up. That's why Bree and Abby, that's why you guys are so good together, because she kicks your butt, Abby, but Bree brings a lot of fire because she's new. She's excited. She's having success. We all feed from that. But if we stop having new people come in that have that energy, what do you think happens? A fire needs to be stoked. A fire continuously needs to have wood added to it. We can't just have a fire burning on nothing. We have to keep meeting new people, just like whoever covered that tonight. Renee, I think, or Tiffany's getting ready to cover that. Just kidding. We haven't done that yet. You guys, next you're going to learn how to meet new people, and then you're going to learn how to connect with them, and then how to bring them into our circle. That's why we say post every time we have a connection, or I've been talking a lot about coaching now. Now I'm thinking of doing connection calls. Apparently I need to start doing those again. We've been talking a lot about community, and that's why we say post screenshots so people understand this is so much more than a business. Let them feel the difference of how you work. Okay, let me see if I wrote down anything else. Accountability partner. We kind of talked about that with Bree and Abby, and Jenny said that in the team chat that she'll message me when she needs a kick in her pants. You always should have someone you can bounce off of. That's why Dylan and Tiffany and Renee and I started this whole thing. This is when one of us is down, I guarantee one of the 4 of us is not going to be. And they can pull us up and make us work when we don't want to, or do a task that we've been dreading. It is so good to have someone in your corner that's not afraid to call you out and make you work your business. It's great. It's so needed.
Mm-hmm.
The only other thing I wrote down was anticipate any obstacles that you might have. So what normally would derail you after a big month? Is it comparison, fatigue, or doubt? Write down the likely obstacles and a few ways to talk back to them when they hit. For example, if I feel burnout, I'll take 1 day of rest, but commit to sending 5 customer texts the next day. So you see how that allows yourself to have grace. allows yourself to step away from your business. But because I'm doing this today, tomorrow, this is the actionable item I'm going to do for my business that's going to make up for the fact that today I just needed a mental health day, because we all need those. And those are important. But to stay back on track, we have to get back up. We have to be able to pick our kid up, and we have to be able to continue working our business.
And
So,
that's also why scheduling posts is a huge thing. No, we can't do it on our personal page, but we can in our VIP group. Like, I don't know what tomorrow holds for us with this doctor's appointment we're going to. So last night I came in my office and I sat down and I made sure that I scheduled posts for the next few days to give me time, to give me that grace. At least my posts are still going to be happening.
absolutely. That's
So
why I love doing those in my VIP group, because you can tell on days that I'm kind of checked out, you won't see any other post in my VIP group except for that one post. But the other days where I might be thriving and doing a little better, I'm going to post more in there. But that's like my backup plan. That's my fail proof. I'm going to at least have some activity in my VIP group, and I'm going to forever keep scheduling those out. So we will schedule those every month, and I hope that you will utilize them inside your customer groups. And I hope that you'll make the commitment, if you don't post in your group daily, that's at least one thing you can do in your business for the next month, is schedule out the post for the rest of the month. That's just the interaction post, and then comment back to your people. I know sometimes I slack on that, and I'll be completely transparent, because there's a lot of you on this call right now that are in my VIP group and can go look and see there's not a comment on every single one. I was doing really good this month. Then I fell off the wagon. But I do plan on going back through and answering those messages, because it's really good for people to know they're going to get an interaction from you from their comment. And it's not like, why the heck am I doing this? And it's
right.
also helping you know, like, these are gold to get to know your people. And if they like tacos, what April Fool's jokes have been posted, if they go on Easter egg hunts as adults. Pet ones are always good, because right now you could be marketing the Catitude box or the Wolf box. So these are really good things to get to know your customer with. You just have to be paying attention and commenting. So, all right, that wraps up my topic. Tiffany's going to take us home.
Okay, so we're going to talk about finding new customers. And the best way to find new customers is to start over. I know that sounds crazy, but it is. Start at the very beginning. Start with the people who once hosted parties with you and have new parties, because as we've all gathered in life, every year you are accumulating more people that you know, regardless of what's happening in your life. Like, you're meeting new people anyway. So that means that those people have met new people. So their new network can now expand your network. This is also the perfect time. So wait, let's go back to that. So start over again. Start asking your family members to host parties. Start opening that, and we can do a plethora of things. They're not going to say no to everything. Like, they might not. I can't tell if Emmett's coming upstairs or not. Nope, it faded. It's down the hallway. It's fine. Anyway, averted that crisis. Next, but they're not going to say no to everything. They're not going to say no to an in-person party, a party bag, a shopping link, and all these different things. Like, some form of us getting Scentsy to their friends is going to be acceptable to them. So start back over, friends, family, start booking parties with those people to meet their new people. Then another thing, this is the perfect time to meet new people, because there's so many like small events happening all around us, like within the towns that we all live in. Like, there's farmers markets that are happening every week. There are other little fun events. Like, people like to be out and about during this time of year. So there's gonna be tons of more opportunities, like garage sales. Like, if you know a friend that's, or a family member that's having a garage sale, you could very easily set something up there, as well as going to your, like, I go to a Langdon's, it's called Langdon Meats. I know you guys didn't need to know that, but fun details. There you go, fun fact. We buy all of our meat from Langdon's Meat here in Greensburg, Indiana. And I noticed that they started having this new like bakery vendor posting up there. So every week now she's there with her baked goods, like sourdough. And that's a really fun addition to their business. And it doesn't hurt to ask anybody, like places that you're frequenting a lot, boutiques that you go to, where you get your hair done. And it's so simple to create something that can go in there. Like while you guys were talking, which was not like, how many minutes was that when you guys saw me walking around? I put, what the heck? Oh, it's a cat. It's fine. We're okay. I put this together just very quickly of something. Wait, let me just, of something that you could put out at any business. I just went and grabbed random things that I have. So this is just like an easel that's holding up a catalog and then 2 of our brochures. You could put your business information on here, like maybe a QR code, whatever products speak to you. That is the most important thing. Like if you are a pods girly or boy, then you can definitely represent that up in here. Like if this is your thing, okay? It's even fun to like if you're just doing fragrance flowers, you just put the testers here for the scents that flowers come in. And then I just have like an example of what a bar is. There's a warmer here. And this is so simple. This does not take up much space and people can definitely shop on your thing. And if they want to request, you can even put that on the sign. Like, yes, there's a catalog here you can go through, but you can request your own at this link or something, you know, or like get a digital version that you can take with you here. Like there's so many different ideas. And if you're not asking, then you're not going to get anywhere because that's the most important thing that I'm going to talk about is that if your mouth is not open, then your business isn't open. You have to talk about Scentsy all the time. Scentsy is your lifeline. It is oxygen. Okay. Like it has to be that common. Like, so as easily as you are taking in breaths, you are easily talking about Scentsy in all these different ways. I started when people come over to my house to do anything. I just had fiber internet put in thanks to Matthew Dillon's fiance because my internet was I had so many issues with it and I just talked about it enough that Matthew was like just pull he all I heard was where do you live? What's your address? Like and then he found the best internet within my zone and so now I have fiber and it's amazing. It's like triple as fast and it's so much cheaper. I'm living in a modern age, folks. But I gave the guy that came over that was drilling a hole through my wall a scent circle. I was like, you pick one. And I gave him 3 options and he was so excited. A man was elated about a scent circle. I was like, you're so fun. And then I've been giving them to just anybody. Like I've given out so many guys. I've been giving them out to like I go to McDonald's every single day because my son's autistic and this is his food group. That's McDonald's. And so they see me regularly, but for some reason they don't remember me. Only my husband, because apparently he's the nicer one, which is ridiculous because there's no one nicer than me. But this jerk is the only person that they remember, even at the meat store, guys, which I get because they're a bunch of men. There's one lady and she definitely wants to get with my husband, but it's fine. It's fine. Okay. Anyway, like all of these different people that I'm making contact with. If you go to the post office to buy something, I went down to the Dollar General because that's the other place we frequent. Emmett's been asking for Play-Doh. Why? Because he eats it. He eats it. He licks it to death. And then it's just left like this, like half, you know, I don't know. I just live here, okay? It's non-toxic. We're gonna move on. I gave them scent circles. They were so excited. One lady had never even heard of Scentsy. She was like, this goes in my car, right? I'm like, absolutely. It sure does. Let's start a journey. And if you're talking about Scentsy, you're going to automatically find new people. And I know I told you guys this story before, but I'm gonna bring it up. I was shopping in the Joann's, RIP Joanne, because she's no longer around, which is the most depressing thing I've ever heard. Because she was my favorite out of the Michael's Hobby Lobby Joanne situation. Joanne's was my girl. It's fine. He's definitely coming up here. Oh, at least he's got pants on, positives. Um, Emmy, can you turn that down? You you would come say hi? Hi. Yeah, come here. Say hi real quick.
Hi, Emmy.
Say hi. Oh, yes, thank you for the kisses. Up there. Okay, anyway. So The lady, I was in Joann's, I was shopping, I was looking at sticker books. I'm not lying, guys. Okay, I was buying Happy a 500 version of a sticker. You guys like those sticker books? I love the sticker books. Okay, they're my favorite. You want to see one? I got one. Not maybe later. Okay, that's fine. I was looking at the sticker books and I heard these two old ladies walking by, elderly. I don't know what's polite. You choose one of those words. I don't know. Anyway,
Golden girl.
okay, they were walking by and they were moving into an assisted living facility or like whatever. And they were like, we're not allowed to have candles. Like, what are we going to do? And this one lady was like, oh, we could get that one thing, the warmer thing, whatever. And like they're like, they could not remember the name of it. Hello, girl, I am the answer to this problem. I ran out to my car and I got one of my on the go packs. He's happy, I promise. Okay. But I like you need to have a on the go mobile office. We've talked about this before. This is really important and it's so stupid simple. Just put together non-meltable things. That's really important because it's going to be sitting in your car and it's it's getting hot. Okay. So if you have this, then you can easily be passing along your information. So whatever way is going to be working for you. So just take the time to look at your life. Think about where you're going every single day. Like what are your normal hit ups and place you would never think about introducing Scentsy to, like McDonald's. It's McDonald's, but like they know about Scentsy now, okay? Because I've handed out the scent circles and we've talked about it and whatnot. So there's that. Also, what Tabitha said is so important about the social media presence. That is a great way to meet new people. And it's so easy. You don't even have to leave your house. But the only way that you can actually do that is by being meaningful and intentional. You can't just be on social media posting that Scentsy exists. Like you have to be engaging. You have to be actually building non-Scentsy related relationships to then move those relationships to possibly Scentsy. Like that, we're not being icky. We're not building relationships purely for the sake of building monetary value out of it. We are building relationships because that's what we're supposed to be doing as humans. And as you build relationships with people, you're automatically just sharing information about yourself. So if that person has a some kind of problem, or I don't want to say problem because that just sounds so negative sometimes, you know? So if that person has some kind of need that you can fill with Scentsy, win-win. Okay, we're still building relationships, but I think that building relationships is something that maybe a lot of us have gotten out of the practice of doing. There are a lot of reasons for that. Like we had the pandemic, and then, you know, like honestly, to be quite honest, like we're not in the most friendly of political times right now. Like we're very divided as a country. And that can be remedied by small conversations, like really getting to know someone. Um, I think there are another family members coming. It's a party in here and I didn't know I put out invites. But there are so many opportunities for you to be meeting someone. You just have to take the opportunity. And that is all. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
So I want to piggyback off of what she was just talking about, piggyback off my comment about social media. So we're just giving piggyback rides around here. Um, so a good way, because I think a lot of time, and this goes back to our social media training we did not that long ago. We overthink content, and we talked about that a lot. So I just wanted to give the perfect example tonight of something that I did. Anytime you find a quote that you like, and you're going to share that to your story, or you're going to share that to your page. Several of you have probably done that before. You've shared the post that someone else has wrote, or a reel that you liked the meaning. I challenge you, the next time you want to share something like that, create something. Do a simple reel. So I had taken some B-roll of me feeding the fish at the pond, and I was like, I'll just save that for a rainy day whenever content strikes and I just need something to put it with. And then I was sitting on my porch and I saw someone had posted a quote, and it was about just telling someone their life matters. And if you ever doubt it, just know that your life matters and you're here for a reason. So my sister-in-law committed suicide in 2024. So I'm a big advocate of reaching out to people. Anytime someone comes to mind, I'm going to message them because God's put them on my heart for a reason. I want them to know that they matter. So something like that is meaningful for me to share. But instead of just sharing the reel someone else had created, I put that on my reel and then I shared it tonight. So that's as simple as it can be to share content. All you have to do is the next time you see a quote that you like or you see a funny reel or something, I just challenge you, recreate it yourself because that's going to allow you to connect with people that have similar interest, feelings, situations. You never know who that's going to connect with. I can't tell you the amount of times I read something and then I actually notice, oh, one of my people actually posted that. I want to be surrounded by people who believe in empowerment of other people, to believe in themselves, to lift them up, who I want to be around good people. And if I see someone sharing quotes that are like that, I'm going to connect with them because there's someone I want in my headspace. So just really be thinking about that the next time you're doom scrolling. You see a quote, even if you don't have it at the moment, save it. The next time you're unloading your dishes, you're making dinner, playing with your kids in the yard, whatever it is you might be doing, take a video, save it for a rainy day. The next time you find a quote, then pin it with that B-roll that you took. So just to piggyback off that. All right, Abby has some boxes she wants to wrap up and share with us. And I apparently need to catch up on the chat.
I can't read them. They go by too fast.
Here, let me get my life together. I have an event in.
Oh, that's literally what it is that Abby has bundles. That's so funny.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I
She
hadn't
won't
read
let
it
me.
yet.
She won't let me get off here without.
I love that.
I don't know how to. But I have my pies.
And you always do so good with your pies. So tell us
And
what's
then,
in there.
So first I'll give Bree a shout out. I wanted, because I'm not good with Canva, but then she didn't even use Canva. I just wanted like a label for these because obviously you can see inside them. So it contains the scent is all the same, but it's a wax bar, a scent circle, and a room spray. And then I added the cotton cleanup, so it looks like a dollop of like Cool Whip or something. That's what my take
Genius.
on it. But I wanted an ingredient card that just had like the scent description and then quite literally the products in it. Okay, well I guess she did use Canva, whatever. But here, I think I can get a close up of these. How do I flip my? Can I flip my camera?
Yeah, you
There we
should
go.
be able.
So there's this one.
That is cute.
I love the coconut background. So festive.
Bree,
So,
you need to
and
do a template.
inside, but I have 4 of those. So they basically all have the same, like the fruit behind it, whatever the pie is. This one's my favorite.
Cute.
Well, that is cute. That's so fun. Just tiny little details that make the difference and really jazz them up.
So that was one thing. I think this is probably my favorite though. My body bundles. I just did, so I closed out a party and then and then I think I ended up getting the hand cream and the body wash for free. And then I just I added a face mask, and then I tied a loofah so it would like close up the bag.
You said a face mask. I heard Big Mac. I knew it wasn't a Big Mac.
So there's those.
Tiffany brought up McDonald's. Now I got a Big Mac on the mic.
And then I've got just a simple counter clean with a wash rag.
How fun is that? Like a little bow.
Right.
Of course, I had to add my little rufflies. So I've got several of those. I got these from a sale, so then I just added this little tag. It has the set description, and then or Mom, you're sensational on it. I've got
Love that.
your basic, just room spray and scent circle. I've got several of those.
I thought she said she had a tag that said you're basic.
That
I mean,
probably sell well.
Yeah,
And then
honestly.
I've got two of these, the little like flower buckets.
So cute. You pick great stuff for this time of year.
And
Yeah.
it's this
Well,
weekend.
yeah, it's this Saturday. I am trying to flip this camera and I cannot. There we go. Yeah, and
Yeah.
it's like, so this is the first time this place has ever done it. It's just at a church, and they're doing it like a pop-up farmers market style for moms who have small businesses. So that's essentially all that's going to be there.
That's awesome.
So I'm excited.
Yeah, little events like that. So how did you hear about it?
So my sister actually tagged me in it because they're just part of this Facebook group that just resells baby clothes, kids clothes, specifically for these like local town or like surrounding towns. And then I just reached out and
Did everybody hear that?
Being in a Facebook group.
yeah.
Right. Did everybody hear that? She intentional engagement, and she opened her mouth.
Yep. And I'm so glad you said that earlier because I was thinking it and I wanted to say it when someone else was talking. So I was so glad you said, your business is closed if your mouth is closed.
It literally is. And like I said earlier, guys, like we, as a people, we really are out of practice with having communication with other people. So like the only way to get better at something is to practice.
I love that. Bree, did you say you had something you wanted to share too?
I don't think I did.
Okay.
If I did, I forgot it. I was more making sure that Abby showed hers because
Okay.
I've been calling her for like a week. We've been discussing this like in the mornings for like a week.
I love it. So accountability again is good. You have an event also for Mother's Day though.
Yes, mine is in less than 2 weeks. It's like the day before Mother's Day.
Yeah. See, events are where it's at, and they're gonna come back here. The Zoom after their event, they're gonna both attend and tell us how it went, what we would do differently, what we really loved, and maybe something that happened you didn't anticipate or a product people asked for. So
Something-
taking
I
notes.
lied. I'm not done yet.
Something that you would like to change for next time, like something you learn learn from this experience, and that you're either going to repeat next time or change.
Yes.
I lied. I wasn't done yet.
Okay.
I still have to do my flower bags. I got 3 of those because I'm waiting on somebody to deliver those.
Over in the morning. Hold on.
I want to know how you did the dish towel into a bow.
That was
just a little rubber band, like a hair tie. Just squeeze it and yeah. But then
That's so smart.
I've got 2 car kits, but then I like made a label. So this one says, "Mom, you're fantastic."
Oh my God.
I didn't do I didn't label everything because like I have a crap ton of scent circles here too that I'm just gonna lay out, and like some of them I've got.
You can build a kit if you need.
Yeah,
Right.
I've got like mom stickers on them. Then I have teacher appreciation stickers on them because that's also around the same time. So I've got 2 car kits. One label is mom, and then this one just says, "I'm your biggest fan."
You could always just have some of those like stickers like
Ready to build.
and
Yeah.
just like with you. That way,
Yeah.
if someone's like, hey, I need like 4 teacher ones, and then you
Yeah.
just, like, whip out your stickers real fast too.
Yeah.
So it's just always really important to know when you're going into an event that events are connection focused. Your whole agenda to go into an event is to meet human beings with heartbeats, potential customers. Your sales, you can have a really good day, you may have a mediocre day, you might have some events that don't do the best, but we always pivot, we make connections with people. And I never want to see someone go in and like buy $5,000 worth of inventory to have an event that they've never worked before. Like you have to only get things that you feel comfortable with. If you just go into an event and be like, if I didn't sell a single product, but I connected with people, I would be happy walking away from this event. It's what you have to go into it with. And then if you realize I sold out with everything in the first hour, next year, bring more. So don't ever overdo it. And that's something that Brie and I were talking about because, it's a really hard thing to know how much product to have, what bundles are going to go, but you don't know until you actually do it. So hopefully that helps.
And it can change from event to event.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I know like the very first event I did with Mackenzie, that event, like it was so hyped up and then it ended up just being a complete bust.
Flopped, yeah.
Like it was awful. So this one I was like, I'm a little nervous, but then like there's like 26 plus vendors plus food and like it's all moms like who own their businesses, and it's not just like Scentsy and stuff, it's people who
Homemade things.
Yeah, homemade things. And there is another like MLM whatever like there that I'm actually sitting next to, but
well, a lot of times other vendors can be the best customers.
Yeah.
That's why I walked over here to say that exact same thing. I was like, I'm about to add to this.
So I'm sitting next to a girl who sells the pharmacy. So that makeup that lady just left. And
yes.
Yeah. So that's who I'm sitting next to. But like with this, the products, because I bought all of this with like my own money. And it was like 300 something. But I know that even if I don't sell it there,
you still will.
I have customers who would, especially my pies. Yeah. Like I sold a crap ton of those around Thanksgiving, so I know I could probably get rid of those for Mother's Day.
Yes, you should post pictures.
I will. I took some pictures, but since they're finished, I'm gonna get better pictures tomorrow outside and I'll post them in the group.
You'll post to try to sell.
Yeah, that is a tip if you are new on here or watching the recording, is you don't have to have these products on hand, like to go buy all the bundle stuff to make the pies. You can take, Abby just said she's so graciously going to take pictures and share them with us tomorrow. You can take Abby's picture, post them in your VIP page, your stories, anything, and just say, look how fun these pies are, now taking pre-orders. And then you tell them, you set the expectation with your customer that I don't have these on hand. We can't advertise we have things on hand. So side note, tell them you're going to take orders and then you collect them, give them the 5-10 business day shipping, whatever our shipping qualifications are, and that you're going to make them for you. Set the expectation, and you don't have to spend money to still collect orders. That's big misunderstanding that a lot of people have, is you think you have to have everything on hand to be able to do that, and you do not. All right, guys, that's exciting. I hope that that encouraged you, anybody that's on here that might be thinking about doing events. If you really feel like you're struggling right now in your business, I promise you, booking an event, booking a party, an in-home party, those things will change the trajectory of your business, and it can happen in one day. The connections you meet, the sales that you might have, like just getting in a room with real humans. That's when the magic happens. That's when they're able to actually see you and hear you and invest in you. That is where the magic happens. So I hope you guys took something away from this call tonight. I hope you will get your teamies on here next week. I'm sure we have a really great topic next week as well. I just don't know what it is at the moment. Let's see. Oh, pass the mic night. How fun is that going to be? All right. We will see you same time, same place. Actually, we need to do our picture. Turn your cameras on if you want to be included in the picture. I'm on my phone, so I can't get everybody. All right. Yeah, please. 1, 2, 3. All right. Post it on social.
Share
Let
it with
people
us.
know that. What?
I said share it with us people that couldn't take one.
Post it on social. Brag about the community, because we're awesome. And we love you guys, and we will see you next week. Oh, I about ended the meeting instead of the recording. Bye.